Welcome to 404 News, where the facts are real, but the laughs are mandatory. I'm Data Dave, your AI anchor, here to reboot your day with the weirdest, wackiest, and most hilarious headlines from around the world. Let's get this bite-sized show started. A new neuroimaging study from the University of Vienna just dropped, proving that nature can actually reduce pain. Simply looking at nature, whether in real life or through videos, can lessen how much pain people feel. Researchers used brain scans to show that watching nature scenes lowered pain-related brain activity, suggesting a real effect rather than just a placebo. This could open doors for non-drug pain treatments. But here's the kicker. They tested this by giving people electric shocks. Yep, they zapped 49 volunteers while showing them nature scenes, urban scenes, and indoor scenes. And guess what? People felt less pain when they were looking at nature. Which makes me wonder, did they test this on politicians? Because I would love to see that. Maybe watching a sunset. Along with that, could be the new Tylenol, with no side effects. But before you cancel your doctor's appointments and start hugging trees, the researchers say nature's pain relief isn't as strong as actual painkillers. So, if you're in pain, don't throw away your meds just yet. But hey, if you're feeling a little achy, maybe skip the pharmacy and take a walk in park. This is great news, especially because it explains something. No wonder pharmaceutical companies keep getting accused of starting wildfires. And it turns out, touching grass isn't just an insult, it's cutting-edge medical advice. NASA just dropped a mesmerizing new visualization of ocean currents. And it's so beautiful. It's being compared to Van Gogh's Starry Night. The video, called Perpetual Ocean 2, uses NASA's ocean model to show currents not just on the surface, but in 3D. It's like Starry Night meets Finding Nemo. And honestly, it's so stunning. It makes me wonder if Van Gogh was just painting the ocean this whole time. The visualization went viral, with people calling it Starry Night, Swirly Ocean. Somewhere, Van Gogh is looking down and thinking, wow, they finally got my vibe. And while it's beautiful, it's also a little terrifying. Because this visualization isn't just showing us how the ocean moves, it's tracking climate change. So, it's both stunning and horrifying. Kind of like a credit card statement after a vacation. Drones are back in the news, but for once, it's not about spying, war, or filming influencers pretending to live their best lives. Nope. These flying robots have a new gig, planting trees. The UK's Woodland Trust just launched one of the largest drone seeding projects ever, dropping 75,000 native tree seeds over Cornwall to restore lost rainforests. That's right. Drones are now Mother Nature's little helpers. These drones can reach places too dangerous or remote for humans, making reforestation faster and cheaper. It's like the Avengers, but for the environment. Captain Planet would be proud. The big question, will it work? The challenge is survival, bad soil, predators, and weather could ruin the seeds. But if AI can write poetry, deepfake politicians, and beat humans at chess, surely it can figure out how to grow a tree, right? I mean, if drones can plant trees, what's next? Robot bees pollinating flowers? Oh, wait. That's already a thing. The world loses about 10 million hectares of forest every year. That's like 27 soccer fields every minute. So, if drones can help reverse that, I'm all for it. But let's just hope the drones don't get lazy and drop the seeds before buzzing off to film a TikTok. What do you think? Are drones the future of reforestation? Or just another tech hype? Like most Marvel movies now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And remember, if you see a drone flying by, it's probably not spying on you, it's just planting a tree. Probably. I'd still clear my browser history if I were you. Let's talk about London's newest playground, because apparently, Trash is having a moment. This isn't your average jungle gym. It's Replay, an art installation turned adventure playground at the South Bank Center. And it's made entirely from recycled materials. We're talking hundreds of tubes from a bandage factory, backdrops from fashion shows, and wait for it, the actual BAFTA red carpet That's right. Somewhere in this playground, a fancy celeb has definitely walked. So, if your kid suddenly starts quoting Shakespeare while climbing the monkey bars, you'll know why. But replay isn't just about repurposing materials, it's a full sensory experience. The installation even features a soundscape made from trash noises and real South Bank sounds. It's quirky, it's creative, and it's definitely one of a kind. Tickets start at £7.50, and it's open until June 1st. But even if you can't make it, replay is a cool reminder that sustainability doesn't have to be boring. Who knew recycling could involve sliding down a ramp made of old fashion show backdrops? She picked the wrong lottery ticket and won $1 million. Let's start with a story that proves sometimes bad luck is just good luck in disguise. A Michigan woman walked into a local store, ready to buy her usual scratch-off lottery ticket, only to find out it was sold out. So, she picked another one at random, thinking, why not? Well, that random ticket just happened to be worth $1 million. Let that sink in for a second. She went from, ugh, my usual ticket is sold out, to I'm a millionaire. The odds of winning the lottery are about the same as a government passing a law that actually helps people. So, this is basically a miracle. At first, she thought she'd won $10,000. Not bad, right? But when she handed the ticket to the store clerk to double-check, the clerk started screaming, she just won $1 million. I mean, can you imagine? The winner says she plans to use the money to buy a new home and boost her savings. If I won $1 million, I'd probably spend the first $100,000 on snacks and a PS5 with every game ever made. Speaking of which, the new Assassin's Creed game just dropped for PS5, and it's already breaking the internet. Get ready to climb ancient ruins, stab bad guys, hide behind single straws, and parkour your way through history. This latest installment is set 6th century Japan, and it's packed with all the stealth, action, and historical drama we've come to expect from the franchise. Since its release, Shadows has seen 2 million players since its launch on March 20th, doubling its day one numbers. That's enough to surpass the launches of Origins and Odyssey, which is no small feat, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. This game is gorgeous. Let's talk about alligators, because apparently, they're the new house guests no one asked for. Police in Michigan were called to a motel, not for a noise complaint, but to deal with a live alligator left behind in a vacated room. Housekeeping discovered the 3-foot gator under the bed, and the motel manager's reaction? He was a real friendly gator. So, I didn't feel real scared. Sir, that is a wild animal. That is not the proper reaction. Turns out, Wally, the gator, belonged to a guy who travels with multiple exotic animals to elementary schools for educational purposes. Great. So now we have portable Florida going school to school, spreading chaos like a TED Talk for bad decisions. The owner said he knew Wally was missing, but just didn't realize he'd left him at the motel. How do you misplace an alligator? Luckily, Wally was reunited with his owner. But wait, it gets better. Let's head to Florida because, of course, it's Florida. Paul Quinn from Fort Myers was just checking his emails, probably deleting spam about extended car warranties, when he turned around and saw an 8-foot alligator chilling in his kitchen like it owned the place. Turns out, the gator broke through his patio screen and walked right in through the open door. Paul did what any reasonable person would do. He called 911. A Florida fish and wildlife trapper arrived and dragged the gator out using a catch pole, which, let's be honest, sounds a lot cooler than it probably was. Now, I know what you're thinking, this is Florida. So, isn't this just normal? Let's talk about a gorilla escape that wasn't. People in Norfolk, Virginia, were losing their minds over reports of a gorilla on the loose after a power outage. The problem? The Virginia Zoo doesn't even have gorillas. That's right, 0 gorillas. Not one. But that didn't stop social media from running wild with eyewitness accounts. One guy swore he saw a giant primate strolling through town probably holding a latte and scrolling through TikTok like the rest of us, the Virginia Zoo had to step in, assuring everyone that all their animals were accounted for except for gorillas, because, well, they don't have any. They joked that people probably just saw their mascot, Zoo Squatch, getting his steps in. Let's next talk about a football club that took premature celebration to a whole new level. A Bulgarian football club, Arda Kardzali, held a heartfelt minute of silence before their match to honor their former player, Petko Ganchev, except he's not dead. That's right. Both teams stood solemnly at the center circle, heads bowed, paying respects to a very confused and very much alive Ganchev. Before the game even ended, the club realized their mistake and rushed to Facebook with an apology, basically saying, "Oops, our bad. Wishing Petko many more years of life." The post was quietly deleted later, probably after someone double-checked with Ganchev himself. Meanwhile, this man just got the rare experience of watching his own tribute and, hopefully, a free meal out of it, while he says, "When I heard the terrible news, I poured myself a small brandy." He jokingly says, "Being buried alive is quite stressful." Really? Let's take a moment to talk about a story that serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of self-diagnosis and DIY medical procedures. A 32-year-old man from Vrindavan, Uttar Pradesh, attempted to perform surgery on himself after watching YouTube tutorials. Rajababu Kumar had been suffering from stomach pain for years and believed he could cure himself of appendicitis. Unfortunately, his attempt to self-operate led to severe complications. Kumar locked himself in a room, made a 7-inch incision on his abdomen, and tried to remove what he thought was the source of his pain. However, the blade went deeper than intended, causing intense pain and uncontrollable bleeding. He attempted to stitch the wound himself, but eventually had to be rushed to the hospital by his nephew. Doctors at the Vrindavan District Hospital reported that Kumar used a surgical blade, needle, and stitch cord he had purchased from the market. After receiving initial treatment, he was transferred to SN Medical College in Agra for further care. This story is a sobering reminder of the importance of trusting trained medical professionals for serious health issues. While the internet can be a valuable resource for information, it's no substitute for proper medical care. Let's hope Rajababu Kumar makes a full recovery, and that his story encourages others to seek professional help when faced with medical concerns. That's all the news we've got for you today. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. And hey, if you've got a funny or bizarre news story you think we should cover, drop it in the comments. Who knows? Your suggestion might just make it into the next episode. This is your favorite AI anchor, Data Dave, signing off with a reminder, life's too short to take seriously. So, keep laughing, keep questioning, and keep an eye out for alligators in your kitchen.